Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Rava TV. I haven't done a video with her for a while, and she did a really good one about women just don't understand why men don't want to get married. They really don't understand this, and it's kind of interesting that they don't. So please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. A man marries you and can only hope that one day you don't wake up and say, I feel like I don't love you anymore and I want to leave and you can't do anything about it. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college educated women, it jumps to 90%. You know what's crazy? I mean, a lot of us women don't have anything a man actually wants that we can bring to the table. Men don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. A man marries you and can only hope that one day you don't wake up and say, I feel like I don't love you anymore and I want to leave and you can't do anything about it. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college educated women, it jumps to 90%. You know what's crazy? I mean, a lot of us women don't have anything a man actually wants that we can bring to the table.
You don't.
Let me tell you something. Okay, this is something that these are the conversations that we have constantly within this space. And the thing is, right? I don't understand why a lot of women have a hard time comprehending why men don't want to get married. Okay? She said a lot. She said,
I think I do, because they were sold this story that marriage only benefits men. And it's always benefited men. And men get the slave after getting married, and the person that takes care of everything for them. That's how they've been put into this rhetoric. So when they view men, they view them as not an asset.
Said a lot when it comes to the percentage, as well as a lot of women not bringing a lot of things to the table. And I'm going to expound upon that. You see, a lot of these women that get into these relationships, they have the audacity of wanting to leave with this. I want to leave with this. I want to leave with that. And how come nobody talks about the fact that a lot of the ways that the women end up being, or the growth that the women have after being in the relationship, they end up being a person after all this time that that this man has invested in them, that this man has helped structure their lives, that this man has led them, supported them so that they can grow and evolve. And once they feel like they have, quote unquote, arrived, all of a sudden, they don't need this man anymore.
Just like Tia Mowry, I graduated from my marriage. Once they reach a certain point in their life that they're happy, they don't think they need you anymore, and they leave.
All of a sudden, there's a stranger in my house.
Yeah.
Took a while to figure out, and you got to get out of here. All of a sudden. That's why when she said it jumps to 90% when it's college educated women, I'm not surprised. Because women who are college educated, women who got a plaque on the wall, they feel so high and mighty about themselves when they go to their job where that plaque is used, where they're sometimes referred to as the name on that degree. It gets to their head and it makes them feel like they're so empowered that, I don't need this, I don't need that. I've heard so many times, so many women who are nurses or doctors or whatever, and when they get their degree, they put their maiden name on it, even if they're married.
Ooh.
And what's the reasoning behind that? Because they say, I'm the doctor, not my husband, not him. I'm representing my last name. It's like a competitive nature that all of a sudden comes out.
This is true.
With us, okay? I'm talking about majority of our women.
Yeah. Like, it's weird that women want to compete with men so much. Men can care less. We don't compete with women for almost anything.
They can't stand to put his name on it because that's my achievement, not yours. How dare you even ask me to do something like that?
I guess I can understand this particular rhetoric.
When it was a sleepless nights and you didn't know if you could do it anymore, who was supporting you?
Mm-hmm.
When you, were unsure where to go and what to do, and you had a hard time and you had a phone call to make and somebody to sit down and talk you through it, who'd you call? Who was there for you? Who told you, no, I don't think you should do this. I think you should do that. No, you know what? You should get some rest. You should do this. The arrogance is baffling to me because it's so quickly that women forget how much they need their man. And you know what's interesting?
Once they get that money and title, they really think that men are just piles of money. And that's all that they provide. Once they make enough money, they don't think they need that piles of money anymore. And then men become obsolete in their minds.
A lot of these women file for divorce, right? But here's the okie doke. The okie doke is a lot of these women file for divorce from their man because they said they could do it all. I don't need him. I'm bad all by myself. And they feel good instantly, right? But you see, as months go down the line, you know who's going to be more hurt from that situation? It's not going to be the man.
It depends.
When the rug is pulled from under his feet.
If he lost his kids and his wife after a certain amount of years, it could be pretty damn devastating, girl. I know what you're trying to say, but it's pretty devastating for some of these men.
More times than not, initially, he's going to feel shocked. He's going to feel out of place because he wasn't expecting it. But he's going to get over it. And there's definitely going to be somebody else. But you see, when women talk about, oh, I don't need him. I could do it all myself. I was just doing this and I was just doing that. Once that little arrogant phase or them feeling themselves, they have the house to themselves. They have this. Once all that stuff wears off, all of a sudden when reality sets in, oh, wait, I need somebody to help me with this. Oh, wait, I need somebody to do this. All of a sudden, they start remembering all of the things that their husband did, even though they said he didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's ironic. It's ironic. When it comes to family court, when it comes to the laws, when it comes to, children and families and mothers and fathers, a lot of the times the court systems bend towards the mother. Right? We know that.
We do know this.
A lot of times they bend towards the mother. They favor the mother. They're more in support of her. And even if the court does not do that, a lot of the mothers who are bitter love to manipulate their children's mindset to bend towards her. So either way, she's going to make sure that there's a divot between the relationship with those children and their father.
This is true.
If the court doesn't do it, she'll do it. Some way, somehow, so she can have them troops on her side.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
Pretty much.
So imagine a man who builds an entire life structure with this woman, right? He thought she was a great catch. He thought she was well suited. He followed all the instructions. He courted her. Okay. He done asked her parents. He done got down on one knee. He asked her where she wanted to buy a house. They bought the house in that area. He supported her through her own endeavors. She supported him. They start having children. They're making all this progress. Now they're in that space of like comfort. They're just raising kids. And all of a sudden she gets bored. Because this is the most common reason why women get married. Because, oh, the spark is gone. Oh, I just don't feel that thing anymore.
That's the number one reason. Oh, money.
One day she just gets bored and his entire life is changed. Now he got to move out of the house that he was comfortable in already. Now he got to see his kids whenever a court system said that he's allowed to, when he's used to seeing them all the time. Now he has somebody who's trying to come for all of the
This is the part where I think, I know what you were trying to say, but it's pretty devastating for us men.
the wealth and the money that he has. Now it's time to split assets, and now that's when the claws come out.
Yeah.
Over him following the guidelines. Men are waking up about these guidelines. Because now I need to vet you properly. Now I need to see what you actually bring to the table, which, as this woman said, a lot of women aren't bringing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They think kitty is enough, and it's not.
Katie's
It's not
easy.
enough. Cooking is not even enough. Cleaning is not even enough.
Shit, I do that shit
Because a
myself.
lot of y'all not bringing respect, honor, support. A lot of y'all not bringing nothing. You're bringing the bare minimum of an adult. Adult qualities. But what it takes to make a relationship succeed, you're not bringing that.
Nope.
So now men are like, I need to really fully examine you. I need to really see who you are. I need to see how you act when you get mad. I need to see how you act.
Or I'm just gonna leave here. Fuck that. Why do I have to deal with these women, dating them, or even trying to vet these women? Just go to where traditional values like reign supreme, in a sense, to where that's the norm.
Act when things don't
Fast
go your
forward
way.
up.
We're going to have to date a little bit longer. I'm going to have to, see you in really every type of situation that we can get into to make sure that you are the right candidate.
And this is why when, if you don't want to be a passport bro and you want to stay here, my suggestions is always dating for at least 4 to 5 years. You need to know all the scenarios that this person is going to be in. Take them to family events, take them to do all these things. How do they act in these particular situations is going to determine how they're going to act for the rest of their lives.
So I know that I can trust myself with you. And trust that one day a light switch not going to go off and you're just going to flip the script. And I'm going to be out on the street and you're going to be in the house that I helped you get.
Yeah.
That I provided for you even.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Because when things go left, it affects men way more.
It does.
Like I said, it affects men way more initially. Eventually, he's going to be all right.
I do agree.
But we always see them women, oh, well, maybe I made a mistake. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
We do see a lot of those on TikTok.
Another thing is, another reason why men don't want to get married too is because most of the time that they're in a relationship, after a while, they end up with a stranger in their house. The person that they dated and were with, the person who was willing to, roll over in the middle of the night, the person who was willing to cooperate, the person who was happy all the time and jovial and seemed like the fun person, all of a sudden that person disappeared. And it's funny because a lot of women, they beg for marriage.
That they
do. We've been together for this amount of time. Like, it's time for us to get married. Or, so-and-so's getting married and this person's getting married. And I always thought at this age I would be married. And so we need to be married. You need to marry me. Prove your love to me. Prove your commitment to me. Put a ring on my finger. I'm not just going to be no girlfriend. I'm not going to be shacking up. They have all these things. And then they're the first ones to run. They're the first ones to say, well, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore. Maybe we shouldn't be together. The first ones after they're the ones who beg for it. It's usually the men that are like, all right, calm down. We can work this out. We can get through this. And they're not even the ones who initiated it. They're not even the ones who were asking for it. The woman was asking for it. And usually it's the men that are standing in the pain. Why you going through your attitude adjustments? Why you going through your mood swings? Why you going through, you trying to find yourself within the relationship? Usually it's the man standing right there looking at you like.
I mean, that was my divorce. My ex-wife said that she didn't know herself, because she was with me since she was 16. She said she didn't have her own personality. She didn't have her own life. She's still trying to figure herself out. And this is why she wants to go out and figure herself out. This is what she told me. So, it is what it is.
Whenever you're ready, I'm right here. Still supporting you, still down for you. I didn't change. You changed.
I agree.
Women are constantly evolving, and a lot of the reason is because a lot of them are constantly finding new friend groups, constantly trying to find ways to...
Yeah, I do agree with that too. Because my ex-wife found a new friend when she started working. Because she didn't work for many years when she was with me. And then my later years, she started working. She started working at PetSmart, made some friends, loved hanging out and drinking out with these friends. And, she felt bad going out to drink with these friends while I was working and doing my own thing. So totally understand everything that she's saying right now.
Feel, younger or feel a certain way. And so they're constantly outside and searching.
Yeah, her friends are actually much younger than her, and they like doing all these, club things and bar things. She's in her 30s, and she wants to do the same things that they do. To me, I was never a big part of that type of scene. I like staying at home, watching movies, doing, house projects and things like that. But people are different. She liked drinking. I didn't like drinking. So when she met friends that like drinking, going out with her to drink, I think that really pulled her away from the lifestyle that we had together.
And when they're outside and constantly searching, whether it's at work, on social media, or trying to keep up with certain things and trying to keep up with their youth and all these things, they're constantly changing.
That they are.
Men are more constant. And
she's right. My ex was really kind of get back to her youth. She's in her 30s, so she really wanted to be younger, look younger, do a lot of younger things.
Level-headed. Okay? Usually what you see, that's what you get. Whatever you and your man had a problem with day one, usually that's what the problem is in 50 years. Honestly. Women are constantly like a roller coaster. And your man just sitting there watch you. Noticing all the changes that you're making. And it's sad. It's really sad. Because a lot of men turn into, they turn cold and hurt. And a lot of good men are not wanting to get married and not wanting to be in relationships because of a lot of these other women have, hardened their hearts.
Yeah. When I do date women, or some of the women I do see, they are always like, why don't you ever share anything? Or why are you so cold about everything? I went to 12 years of marriage and came out with nothing, in a sense, other than a life lesson. I mean, I guess I look back at 12 years. It was nice 12 years, I guess. It was better than being alone. This is how some people want to view it, but no, I'd rather just still be with a family that has kids and stuff like that. So,
because they put themselves on the line for somebody to just pull the rug from under their feet. Mm. And change your perspective about all women.
Yeah.
Because this woman was supposed to be special, and this woman they would have never.
Yeah, she red-pilled me pretty hard after our separation. So I learned quite quickly how the world reworked itself, because dating in your late or your mid-30s was quite different than dating when I was in my 20s. Like, sleeping with women in my 20s, like on the first date, was like almost unheard of. Now most of my first dates, like, women want to sleep with me, or they want to have sex. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but
expected this stuff from. So if she did it, what would you do? It's sad. It's really sad. And believe me, I'm sure if we ask men, there's a list. There will be a long list of reasons why men don't want to get married. And I completely understand. I want to know you guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell so you can be notified every time that I post. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.
Lates. That was some good chow. I do love Riva. She's very level-headed. I like her natural look. She isn't like a 10, but she's a really solid 6/7. 6.5 maybe, and just her being so natural. She barely has any makeup, and her thought process is the correct thought process for young people nowadays. She's seeing what's happening with a lot of these women through TikTok and stuff, and she's learning, so please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.